Then I'll also be streaming live on YouTube, so kind of sucks for the YouTube people, but it's like I can't juggle 2 chats. That's just too much to be going back and forth with. I forgot to turn on the it'll be all right. It is what it is. All right, what's up, guys? Good turnout. If you're new here, we're gonna go through. We're gonna see what's up with the market. We're going to try to identify areas in which we can trade. I want to trade the first 15 minutes is usually my goal. First 15 minutes of the opening. So let's start here on the daily chart. Get rid of all this stuff. Okay, so we finally pushed up and filled in that gap, it looks like. On the daily chart, I always try to look at like what the daily candle looks like. Is it possible to push up? Is it likely to go down? Like, what does it look like here? It looks like to me, we've been in like this kind of trend here. You can see there's a channel that's been taking place here for, I don't know, since here really. So makes me wonder. Nah, that doesn't look right. If they're going to continue testing the lows. So for the last 3 days in a row, we have tested the previous day's low. Got really close to it anyways. So right there, test that low right there. Test that low. It kind of makes me wonder if they're going to test that one. So I'll put a line on that one. I'll pull up in the chat 1 second. It's just a lot easier for me to do the analysis like this. Okay. So on the daily chart, to me, it kind of looks like I could see this pushing up into a full-bodied candle. Maybe coming up into the gray area. Here's the RTH gap. All right, let's go to the 4-hour here. We'll kind of compare ES and NQ. So ES all-time new highs this morning. Very interesting. With a very laggy, slow Nasdaq. Interesting. Huh. Like, that sucks. I was really hoping it wouldn't be like that. Because whenever you have this disconnect between them, it creates kind of shitty price action, to be honest with you. But hopefully it will continue that way for much longer. All right, so on the 4-hour here, I don't have any cracks in correlation other than the all-time high. No double tops, nothing like that. And then we still have this area up here above the gap. And the 1-hour is kind of the same thing here. Let's look at, I think I have this gap drawn wrong. I feel like it's drawn wrong anyways. Yeah, I did have it drawn wrong. Tisk. So this gap, no, I guess maybe it's not. No, it's drawn right. Huh, okay. And then so yesterday we opened up here, fill that in. So there's no gap there. I do see a possible broadening formation here. Nothing on the 1-hour. We have this area below us. Obviously, I'd put that on my chart. And then this high here as well. This doji. And then this area is balance. I'm going to try to go through this fast because we only got 10 minutes till the opening. Okay. And then this to me is weird. I don't know why it's not showing up on the RTH. So it must be a new day opening gap. Yeah, it's so there's a new day opening gap there from here to where price is wicked into this morning. So there's a little bit that's open still. So we'll put that on our chart as well. The other gap is filled, but that's an RTH gap. So it needs to stay where it's at. So we have that open. And then obviously this this area up here is defended. Like whoever's short from, I don't know if someone's short from this area or what, but they're defending it, right? So there's balance area here for sure that needs to be redelivered to. I just don't know when it's going to happen. So I'm going to put on my chart nonetheless. Okay. So it closed in the loop there, got the like phase one kind of touch there. So I'm actually going to, and I'll leave it out as it's fine how it is. All right. Now let's get to the nitty gritty here. Okay. So we got our 10-minute chart here. So I like to try to develop a plan here somewhere where I would like to enter. This is a tricky one. Okay. All right. I see you. I see you now. So we had this area of balance here. You had the gap there, right? Pretty sure price tapped into that balance pretty perfect. Yeah, we tapped right into it a little bit. That's interesting. Yeah, a little bit deep, but then it's right at the low of that gap there. So I want to look inside of this area on a lower time frame and see what happened here. So I can see if it does need to be like redelivered to, or if it didn't get to that area where it needed to be redelivered to. Okay. So definitely there's a new day opening gap there. Weird. This is going to be tough to trade this morning, I think. Okay. So there's a good chance that we need to come up into like, I'm going to actually mark off this doji here. And I'm going to get rid of this. I might put a line on the 50% of it though. Okay. So this little blue area here I think was kind of interesting. Okay, so because this move here makes it tough because your last market structure low here, your strong high is all the way fucking down here. But we didn't quite get low enough here. It did on ES though. ES redelivered pretty much perfectly there. That high right there. Oh, it didn't get there. Okay. I think I'm going to look for something like this. Maybe this area up here. Pretty much like a failure swing, and then see if we can't take it lower, and then go higher. I don't think that this is acceptable here, and not getting down low enough. Unless it lines up with like a 50% retracement or something. Ooh, my fib is all messed up from making that video. Yeah, there's no precision with it at all there. Okay. So let me get rid of this pink box. That box is like really way dark. Oh, sorry guys, this box is driving me nuts. I got this indicator so messed up that border, background color. What's this one? I guess maybe it's, I don't know, who cares? It is what it is. Now, what's up, guys? Wasn't that little video that the AI made? Wasn't that crazy, dude? That shit's crazy. I was just playing around with it. I was just like, I wonder what what it will spit out. And it spit that out. I was like, Jesus. A 7-minute video, too. That's what caught me off guard. That it was 7 minutes long. Okay. Let's pull this Fibonacci up here. So I'm essentially looking for like a failure swing here. Right into that like blue line there. And then we can come down. Hopefully it gives that. And then, yeah, I think that would be cool if it did that. And then we will open up with a little gap here, so we need to keep that in mind as well. Need to have the 4 p.m. price on our chart. Looks like that's going to be that candle's opening right there. And then I'm not sure where the midnight opening is either. Turn that on. Oh. Okay, so it's gonna do it. It's not gonna get there. ES just got there. Almost. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna go without me. Yeah, it was on point, wasn't it, Gary? I mentioned the gap this morning in today's screenshot with CPI pop, but reject almost exactly from the gap. Yes, sir. 6-7. No, not right now. At some point, yeah. I don't think it's gonna do it right now, though, bro. It could, though. It needs to. It definitely needs to redeliver that move from yesterday, but I feel like last night they probably would have done it if they were gonna do it. But we also, if it lines up with this fucking trend line, maybe. Yeah, pretty close, dude. It could, yeah. Yeah, I got the midnight opening right here, so it looks like it did that move, but it's not gonna. I don't think it's gonna get there. It's so I think it's gonna come down and then up. So right now they're trying to make it open right where the gap is at. So I would love a tap into one of these red lines here and then be able to go long. Let me flip this here so you can see where we're at. Where the failure swing level's at. Too much shit on my chart, dude. It's driving me nuts. I can't stand when my charts clutter. I can't do it. It's like disgusting to me. All right, so will we get like a cracking correlation? Will one of these assets drop down, break the low? Or are they both going to? So there they both go. We got to tap to that red line there. Ooh. I'm gonna try it right here. I think we'll. It's way too much risk. Disgusting. I gotta get out of this. My finger's literally on the button. I think it's right though. Now I'm gonna take one contract off there. I was right there. I almost cut it. It's just like at the opening. I don't like doing that. I don't like, but I don't know how to get around it with at the opening. I really don't. Because that was literally a perfect touch to the level I was looking for. So, and we had a beautiful crack and correlation here. So I think I took it off about 1R there, just about close to it anyways. All right, so we have nice, it's building some structure here. We've closed, this is the yesterday's opening or yesterday's close. So we can take that off our chart. That doesn't matter anymore. You can take that one off. Doesn't matter anymore. It's redelivered. So this should be, if this is going to hold here, it should hold around this area here. We did just have a strong, or that's a weak low. Never mind. So ES is redelivered right here. Yeah, perfect half back to balance right there. Is it going to try to come into this high though is my worry, like this next red line here. I'm going to take the small gain right there. I can always re-enter here. I'm just kind of afraid. ES still looks, ES is supposed to be the bullish one, and it looks pretty bearish there to me. I may short this. How many points is that? It's only 20 points. I'd have to risk to there. The risk to reward's not there for a short trade. Pretty sure it comes down to here though. We'll see though. Yeah, the broad new formation, dude. I'm watching that. Okay, nice curl up there. Fuck. Shit balls. Shit balls. I should have stayed in. I was just over risked. Nice little gain there, not much though. Like 120 bucks. ES still looks bearish here. So we're still rocking the Kraken correlation on the downside until ES breaks this. I think we're with good chance it goes higher here. Like I could enter right now, but where the fuck do I put my stop? It's ping-ponging back between these two areas. I'd have to just take it if it came down, like I mean a secondary opportunity here, but it looks like I was right. I'm just gonna have to watch it go without me, which is part of the game. So did we get a Kraken court? No, double top, double top. All right, so we're starting in one time frame up here. When it gets to this area here, these two little baby fucking dojis are gonna cause it to reject there. When it gets up there. I may short it if it taps this like perfectly and rejects it. I might short it for like a little scalp here, like a little, see if we get a failure swing. Because this is our strong high right here. I like this little balance area here. I think it's a good rejection point with ES being weak as shit. perfect half back to balance on that. That's crazy. But it didn't. It just went right through it like butter. Let me get off the fucking 10-second chart. Shit's dangerous. It stopped me out one contract. That's weird. All right, let me get ready to exit this. There's like no weakness there. It didn't really reject how I wanted to see it. We do have a double top there. I wish it wouldn't have stopped me out of that contract. I don't really feel like entering a second here. Okay, let's pull up and see where the 50% retracement would be right in this area here. And then we also have the opening. Yeah, see how it redelivered there, popped right back up. So you got the reaction from that area. It had the reaction. It just wasn't a very big one to exit that. It gave me the reaction. It just wasn't very big. Ooh, look at ES push up an NQ not. Maybe I'm being a pussy. maybe I'm being a pussy. Yeah, I saw that. Yeah. There it goes. Yeah, that area is cooked. Why is ES so bearish here? I'm gonna try it. I don't know if I shouldn't have done that. Not really sure about this area. We're still one time framing up. Like there's a lot of reasons not to enter in there, but we'll see here. I just want my scale out. This is what I want. I want the scale out here so I can make it free. Look at that deep, really deep retracement on ES, but NQ's not participating very much. There we go. Now I'll take one off right there. So now it's risk-free. Perfect 50% retracement, like to the tick there. I'm gonna save my second contract from getting stopped out here. Kind of a lame opening here. Pretty muted for given the range that we're already in. I think there may be some confusion between people like, oh wait, was this a trap? Because a lot of times these moves can be traps. If it had redelivered, I would say it's a trap, but it didn't quite redeliver all the way, I don't think. From the limited amount that I looked at it. So ES is looking pretty like it wants to get some smoke. I think ES wants some smoke there at that low. Get it, ES. Take that shit. Blast that bitch. NQ will play catch-up game. I'm about that. But you see, they keep pushing it right back up. Let's drop down and see what that looks like on lower time frame there. Okay, yeah, it's a balance area. Kind of weak. Pretty weak balance area. I'm save my stop right there. How in the fuck did I lose money on that trade? Because it hit my stop. That's why. So you guys see that when you let it hit your stop, it didn't get me out right here. It got me out right there at the tie of that. So it tacked on an extra 20 points to my to my P&L, which is crazy. That's a lot of points. That's like that's messed up. All right, so this gap is an RTH gap still. Just because it got filled doesn't mean shit. It got filled during Asia session, not New York session. Okay, so this high, if I get a retracement to this high, I'm gonna blast it long. So there's a half back of that area, pushing through it, violating it. And fuck, dude. I messed this up that bad. I had the entry there, dude. If I would just stayed the course. So there's a gap fill. Bloody gap fill. Cracking correlation. Me too, dude. Had the perfect fucking entry, dude. Wasn't perfect. It was way over risked, but that's why I didn't like it. It was just risking too much. I don't want to risk half my fucking drawdown in a trade. That's a guaranteed way to blow up so quick. I'm really kind of aggravated with this trade here because um I short there. I scale out. That's like 15 points profit, and then it just aggravates me. That's why I gotta say I should push a button a little bit faster. It just shows that they let you out where price stops. Right? So price didn't stop moving till the high of that doji there. So the stop was right in this area. It didn't give me didn't get me out for 20 points higher, which that's a lot. That's $400. So this is part of trading the open. When this happens, you just gotta sit here and watch it cook without you. It's kind of frustrating. So we'll get a retracement though eventually here. It's just ES isn't participating, so it's been doing this though, I think, right, guys? I feel like ES has been doing this lately, where it's kind of like lagging behind NQ at the opening. So I had a nice little talk with the Purdia. I don't know how to pronounce their name. Yesterday, that prop firm is like they don't play around. If you read like I went really into the rules. That's like they're probably the closest thing to a legitimate prop firm. They don't even really have any sim funded accounts. All the sim funded accounts, you build the buffer for your live account. There is like no sim funded with them, which I think kind of interesting. So that's why they'll allow you to trade with a live, allow you to trade news because at no point are they paying you out of your sim profits. It's all real profits. Ooh, failure swing. I'm blasting this. I'm fucking blasting this long right now. 3, 2, 1. This is my shit. I would take this every fucking time. It may come down a little bit more though. Depends if ES is going to stop there. If it's going, ES is going to keep pushing here. Yeah, strong low, higher high. This low holds as a failure swing. I'll fade this shit all day. This move down, this aggressive shit like that. I fuck with that. All right, I'm gonna take one off right there, guys. Fucking beautiful. Let's go. Purdia, Purdia. They're quite expensive though. Like the dude's like, well, I can give you a 100K straight to funded account. I'm like, cool. All right, and then I read the rules and I'm like, well, it's not really straight to funded because I can't withdraw the sim funds. It's almost like they offer a straight to funded account, but it's not straight to funded because you still have a period of building your buffer before they put you in the live account, so you can't withdraw in the sim funded account. It's really weird, dude. I don't know why they call it that, but I think they're probably like I think as far as like seriousness, I think they're really serious about shit. even like letting people be affiliates with them. Like I've been talking to the dude for weeks. Which is good. That means they're not like letting any affiliate, all these scam dudes that just push shitty prop firms around with no just complete disregard for their following, like pretty much all of them. Um, yeah, they don't. It seems like they don't allow those dudes, which is good. But they kind of have like a mediocre payout. It's pretty like it. Everything's mediocre except for um, the news trading. No consistency, static trailing drawdown in the live account. So you get static trailing drawdown. You build your buffer in the sim funded account. You build the buffer for your live account. So like let's say you make 3K, that's your buffer in the live account. That's your drawdown, right? And then from there it's static. So you can actually build up a buffer to trade the news. But they have a like you have to meet with the risk manager, um, and then I'm sure they don't clarify the rules, but I'm sure there's rules around daily loss limit. I believe it says like something like 33% of your total profits um, can't be with can't be drawn down in one day or something like that. I'm gonna check them out and see what's up. I want the news trading. I've been looking for a prop firm that has like um will allow you to trade news without consistency rules. Because what's the point of trading news if you have like hardcore consistency rules that go with it? All right, I'm gonna get ready to exit this. ES is continuing to push down. At some point, Nasdaq's gonna try to play catch up here. But if ES can just hurry up and get down to this fucking level, so ES right now is trying to redeliver that. CME is trying to fix this right now. They could be with Nasdaq too, and people could just be buying. We'll find out here 1 second. All right, there goes Nasdaq. I mean, ES is now redelivered that area. Let's see if Nasdaq's gonna explode up or if they're gonna keep trying to push it down. Because you now had a break of a strong low there. That wick broke it momentarily. I'm not gonna let it hit my stop there. Curious to see what ES does here with this. Because it's redeliver that. It's half back to balance there to the tick. This is such like proof of what I'm talking about, guys. Like you can't get like it's just absolute proof of concept in your face all day, every single fucking day, all day. Let's drop down and see here. It's kind of whack. I wish NQ would have just redelivered it. That would have made this a lot easier. So it doesn't need to come down here, actually. It doesn't need to. I'm going to go ahead and long this here. One contract, wait for a second contract to get a reversal. I wish I would have saw this earlier. So that move down, redelivered that move up. And we had the move up, right? So then price came back down, redelivered that. Came right down into those dojis there. Redelivered that. And then now we have ES is already redelivered. Nasdaq, I should have entered right there. I didn't do it though. Let's see what it does with this market structure here. I'm gonna enter my second contract right there. Oh man, I think I'm off sides here. Fuck, dude. I gotta start me. I gotta set up a bracket order, dude, so this doesn't happen again. I don't think it needs to come down here, so I think we'll see though. Maybe I think I'm gonna get raped here. I should already got out of it. I should have had a bracket order in place so this doesn't fucking happen. It's gonna block. I think Nasdaq's gonna push down hard. Maybe I get lucky and it lets me out. Fuck, dude. No, I'm gonna set up a bracket order so that doesn't happen again. Put a process in. I'll just have to enter off of here, I guess. So I think I can get out of that. Maybe not right now, but later. So I entered there and it pushed down so fast that it went from 200 to 800, and then I spent the next 500 trying to get myself to exit. And it looks like if I would have held it, I probably would have been all right, but that creates bad habits. So you got a nice little retracement here if I believed it was going lower, but I'm not sure right now. I'm honestly not sure yet. I don't really think it needed to come down here, but all right, let's do it. Nah. I'm not sure yet. I want to short it because I'm pretty sure, but it's one time framing still, so. And ES looks kind of bullish there. You got the 3 pushes down. I didn't really see a reason for it to come down there that deep. So it leaves me a little bit confused here. This is my shit. It took too long. No, there it goes. So you get a strong high. Here's your 80% retracement. I hate how you can't put a bracket order in on that. I'm gonna exit one contract right there because I'm a little bit off sides with my P&L. I didn't realize I was within like $10 of blowing up. I didn't realize that when I entered. Because I already had hit plus 1500 yesterday, so and then if it goes back to 50,000, that's it. That would have been it. Nice trade. This is an example of the video I'm making for YouTube right now. This entry here was the exact strategy I keep talking to you guys about. I'm just utilizing it on a lower time frame to go the direction I want. I'm just not quite sure if it's going to if price is going to go lower here. I really don't think we needed to come that low, so I'm kind of thinking that we do go lower. But this is horrible price action for the opening here. It's not kind of weak sauce. So it looks like that first exit there was, I was at 5,100 when I entered, maybe 52. So it looks like my first exit there was in profit a little bit, which is good. Oh, that's a swing low. That's not good for bearish price action. It's really bad. I'm out at break even. Let's see what gold's doing. I don't know, I'm not really interested in trading this right now. It's kind of trash. Let's see what YM's doing here. Ooh, YM's, damn, man. Eric, why we keep sleeping on YM, dude? Fucking ridiculous, dude. Gotta stop this, man. This is outrageous, Eric. Fucking crazy, dude. Trades like a beauty. So while ES and Nasdaq are fucking chopping around like doing nothing, you had this beautiful fucking trend here. Beautiful redelivery up into that doji, like perfect. Like that Wicca there just touched into there beautifully. So gold here, I would need a much deeper retracement to even trade it. Nasdaq looks bearish. ES looks kind of bullish, so I would need to see I like how ES overshot this area though. I think that if we can get break out of this swing low we have here, I think there's a chance this goes lower. I think it's 50-50. I don't know which way it's going to go right now. Based off the low time frame market structure, I would say it's bearish, but it's hard to say. So you had this that was your last low time frame strong low that got broken. Then you had like 80% retracement up into this high, which is why I originally entered. But I don't like this swing low here either. So swing lows when you have a higher low to the left, lower low, and then higher low. It's a pretty bullish pattern. It also shows up as rounding, which that's bullish to everybody. So it's kind of a dangerous strategy to fade. You also have a cracking correlation. ES is taking out that low. NQ is not. I guess NQ did there. So I guess that cracking correlation's gone now. There goes ES. ES is going lower. But Nasdaq is just not even moving. This makes it tough to trade them when they're like this. Creates this kind of bull. And then you got YMs already redelivered, so kind of makes it a little bit tricky. If we get a break here and NQ follows, I might try to catch a reversal, like another test of one of these highs maybe. But I'm not really interested in trading this. This is just dangerous for me. It's really volatile and not producing profits. Like you can scalp it, but I don't know. It's not my it's already past 10:45. I quieted some time. I fucked up the trade this morning, so I should have just held onto that long that I was in and caught that, or I should have got in here. Or I could have even faded this high. There's pretty good rejection off that doji there. So we have another cracking correlation there between ES and EQ. There's your strong high. So you got 1, 2, and 1.5. Yeah, that would have been a nice scalp there. I think this is probably not a bad short to see it come down into here. I think it's probable at this point. But I don't have enough drawdown to I would need a deeper. I probably should have entered on that trade. So you got a new low. This is good for scalping though, because you're getting really deep retracements off these really low time frame strong highs. There we go, finally. All right, so I was right. I should have entered, man. Fuck. All right, so went right to target to the tick there. I don't think this area is going to hold on Nasdaq. There's a half back to balance there. But now it's like, because the difference between them makes it so hard to trade because you can't trust. Like usually you can trust, like if there's an open area below that needs to be redelivered, which there's that area down there, you would just trust that it's going to do it, right? And then you just enter in trusting that it's going to redeliver. But when you have this disconnect between them for some reason, it creates a weird situation, I think, which I'm not a big fan of at the moment. So it looks like they're going to try to redeliver this here on Nasdaq. I mean on ES. So you do have like one little small area right there. All right, so I will short the fuck out of this anywhere up here. If it like happens, I don't think it will get up there, but if it does, I would love to short it there. Otherwise, I guess I could always switch accounts. And you also have this low here. Okay. All right, I'm gonna enter short there. I'm gonna switch accounts here though. So that's one support flipped into resistance here. And I'll put my stop at half back. My only worry about this is that ES, this strong high here. That's my only worry about that. And then this 80% retracement bullshit makes it kind of tough, but luckily it's 150K account, so I can risk more in it. And then you also have a broadening formation there. This is that 80% bullshit I was talking about. Because when it's in this kind of like setting here where it tries to do, it went right to 80%, just like all these did. So I'll go over this here because this is the same setup. It's the same exact setup I was just talking about earlier. It's the same thing. It's these 80% retracements. So we have to watch. Let's see, did ES violate this area? Ugh. A little bit worrisome because it yeah, I put a hopefully you could have saw that. I put a little note there for you guys on YouTube. So I don't like that at all on ES. Like it literally that there's like a little tiny area there on ES that needed to be redelivered. It did overshoot it by a little bit though. So I'm not anywhere near because I had to risk so many points here to be able to enter. Which that other account's toast. It got fucking wrecked on that move up, I'm sure. Yeah. I'm gonna take off one right there. Mitigate my risk a little bit. So I don't like how it's respected this strong. This is a strong low here. This low led to an all-time new high. This is like more technically more likely to be the strong low, but I still don't like it. You know what I'm saying? I stopped adding to losers. Nice, very good. That's good, Anthony. That's huge, dude. What about your position sizing? You getting better at that? All right, so this doji here is a good likely to be support if it's going to go higher. So I want to take one more off right now. All right, so I made back any losses I had earlier, and then some. Just sucks it's not on the same account. Which the 150K account's a lot easier for me to trade during this time because, like, way more drawdown. It's $4,500 a drawdown. Which I'm still probably over risked. I probably need to move to micros. Because it's just not sustainable to risk this much on a day every day. It's not sustainable. May have streaks where it works out very well, but there's going to be, over a set of trades, it won't work. You have to risk under 10% of your drawdown. If you risk more than that, it's like guaranteed. Eventually you'll blow up. It's just a guarantee. You'll take 3 2 or 3 losses in a row and you'll blow up. So right now, so far so good. We just have to watch out for this failure swing possibility here. Because we got to remember ES in Q did redeliver. If you put it where it should be the last actual balance area on a like the very, very last one before that move up, it did fucking to the tick that bitch. So we don't want to sleep on that. This could be a failure swing here. We'll find out here in 1 second. Very nice profits though. I think up 3K now or something like that. Yeah, because I was only up 2K. I'm up 2K in it. Still on time framing down on a 30-second. So let me stay in with the 2 contracts for right now. I think it's about at the 80% level right now. Yeah, there's the 80% retracement. I'm gonna take off one more right there. Move my stop down quite a bit. Maybe to just above the half back of this here. Kind of shitty looking price action here. I think I'm gonna do it based off of this one. Beautiful market structure here though, guys. Let me know if you guys want me to break down my entry here because this is a really good trade. But these strong highs are working like a charm here. So like if you look at strong highs, this high led to a new low. Even on a 10-second chart, this high led to a new low. You could say that's a high there. Oh, we finally had broke one right there on the 10-second. So there's this 80% retracement and then up, probably. We'll see though. So you have a strong high broken, 80% retracement. This is a 10 seconds, so I don't know. It should be the same win rate, so it should still be pretty viable, but we'll see. If we can get ES to crack this strong low, I think that gives us the next move down, which for NQ is quite a ways away. There's like this area right here. This area right there. Other than that, there isn't very much. So we could get a really big drop here if ES will crack it. Because you guys notice how ES is the leader. Like NQ is not leading shit down. It never leads shit. It just follows ES around, which I hate. It makes me want to switch to ES a lot of times. Because ES, like this move down on ES is pretty clean. So you had one support. If you go to 3 minutes, pretty clear what's up. So right here you had that big drop before the opening there. Redelivered it. Then you had another drop, a little base form there. Then you had one support, flip to resistance, another move down, and then there wasn't any of this lollygagging around bullshit that makes it hard to trade. Very much cleaner price action. But I think YM was the real winner to trade today. Like look at that compared to ES and NQ. Way sexy price action. There we go. All right, guys. So it turned out to be a good session after all. I have no complaints. with that last trade there I've cleaned up. So YM needs to come all the way down to there once it breaks that strong low. Probably going to add on to Nasdaq here on this retracement up here. If it gets back up and does another 80% off of this area here. Actually, it doesn't need it to even go that far. I'm going to add on to this trade right now. See if last time I did this I got wrecked, so we'll see if that's the case again. I'm having deja vu from the last stream. Very similar, adding on after a new low. And I ended up adding on right at the wrong time. So we'll see if that's the case, but hopefully not. Yes, is broken it, I think, just about. Still not quite broke, hasn't broken it yet. Gotta watch out for this. Double bottom here, some shenanigans. Because usually strong lows aren't broken on the first attempt. They like to come in and test them and then push away from them quite a bit and then come back and crack them later. There we go. So we're right at the midnight opening. There is like this low time frame bullshit here, but I'm not really worried about it. Okay, so there is like another balance area right below it right here. So a big cracking. So there goes the break it, break it, break it. You little dirty slut, break it. So we have the midnight opening here. You got to be aware of that as well. Very nice trade from original entry up here. Getting into the 70-point range now. Beautiful. Half back to balance of that area. Let's see, we break the balance area there. We definitely cracked that strong low there. So there is one other area I saw here, like that last doji there. And then now it's just about perception of price, like when level to level, take it down level to level and watch it as it goes through these levels to make sure it's acting right. We don't want to see precision, no half back to balance to the tick. That's like the last thing you want to see. There we go, guys. Hopefully you guys cleaned up with me today. If you didn't, that's great. Like, I don't encourage you guys to trade with me. So I'm almost at max profit for this account for the day. All right, so I took off one up there just because it tapped into the balance area high there to the tick and bounced. Let me make sure I have it drawn correctly. Oh, that's an old one. I shouldn't have on my chart. Let me delete that. No bueno. Well, that was stupid. I should have held on to that second contract a little bit longer. Because it's pretty clear like this is the next area here. Then after that, it's fucking on like Donkey Kong. It looks like your question, bro, could it get down to 6-7 range? Looks like yeah. We can get to this last area here. All right, let's drop down and see if we can add back on again. So we have once support, flip it. Kind of a late entry there. I don't like how fast it's moving down too fast. They'll use speed to suck you into that bitch. I don't like how it was dropping fast like that. A lot of times they'll use speed like that to because you guys ever notice when you see price move really fast, you just want to push the motherfucking button. You're just like, oh shit. Like I do it all the time. I catch myself trying to do it all the time. If price starts moving really quick, I'm like, oh shit. And like I have this initial like fucking weird ass reaction where I just want to enter in with it. Um, they do that shit all the fucking time to suck us in, so hopefully that's not the case here. All right, very nice. So I'm going to take one off as it taps into the high of the balance area. There it is. All right, so I'm up like 4K now, dude. I just up to scalping this up and on the way down here. Almost 4K. Minus the 1200 in the other account. So 3800. Now it's 3800. I should have activated that straight to funded or sim funded, whatever. All right, we're Goldilocks zone now, guys. This is some Goldilocks shit here. This is geeking. Are you guys still here? Or am I just like talking to myself? What's up, guys? Yeah, we've been in it, homie, since up here. So now we're guys like now I've caught like my entries are right here, but you gotta think my actual entry was all the way up here, guys. So we're now at a 118-point move. That's just super locked in. All right, all right. Hell yeah, comeback king. It's good to watch you recover. You didn't rush. You didn't revenge trade. You kept it cool. Yeah, it's tough, dude. I almost did though. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna sit here like front like I wasn't on the the fucking edge of tilt. I definitely was. Yeah, but I didn't. Yeah, I have gotten good at. I went into tilt only 8,778 times. So you'd think I'd be pretty good at avoiding it after so many fucking times. That's probably how many times I went into tilt. No lie. For every like in the beginning, I swear it was like every trading day I would go into tilt, like every fucking day. In the beginning. I'm gonna add on to it right there. Stop goes above the last strong high. At some point, we're gonna get a higher time frame retracement. Anytime prices trading like this, it's very beautiful. One support turn resistance working very fucking well. At some point, the higher time frame is going to come into play, and there's going to be a deeper retracement up to here. At some point, that is coming. I don't know when. You know, we just have to use market structure to let us know when that's going to come. Right now, it's respecting strong highs. One support turn resistance. It's doing just fine. That's what we need to see. I could get so many bad habits listening to Sniper. Who's that? And he wouldn't share his screen, just his voice. Yeah, fuck those dudes. If they don't share it, a lot of them like to use the stupid. I'm trading on Tradeovate, but I like the trading view chart. If you show the chart you're trading, dude. I hate that shit. I can't stand. And then they'll put the risk to reward tool. Okay, so I enter here and you'll hear Tradeovate in the background. Short, or whatever. But how do I know you went short and you didn't just record the fucking sound and you're playing the sound on fucking video editing app? Because I think that's what 90% of them do. Fucking pussies. They just need to man up and stop. I wish they would stop being little bitches, dude. Yeah, when you take losses, it's embarrassing, but if you want to teach people, that's what it's part of the fucking. You can't teach people how to trade without trading. You can't do it. Like, how do you do that? It's like that one British dude. Like, I was watching his videos. He was like, motherfuckers losing 400K a day, but then some days he's making it like 300K. So it's but his swings are really wild, and he's actually trading. You get to see, like, I respect that dude. No, I wasn't talking about Sniper. I was talking about pretty much everybody that I can think of. I haven't seen any traders that I can think of that show their trades. But I don't watch other traders, so it's not something I go around doing regularly. Okay, so we do have a nice little balance area there on ES. A little low time frame one. It is low time frame, but we still need to be aware of it. So Risk reward rise on the secondary trade. I entered there, stop there. It's 21 points. I'm now 30 points in profit. So I'm gonna go and take that one off. Just because I don't, ES is coming into that area, and I'm sure there's the same fucking area on Nasdaq. So this right here is a balance area. You can only see as wicks, but it still is balance. So it's still going to cause some kind of reaction when it gets there. We're now at from the original entry, we now got to be at like almost 200 points here, 120. So you could have entered in there. You guys see I'll break this down once it's over, but this price action right now is fucking flawless. It started off really shitty, but this trend down, you could use a trend line on this shit. Once support turn resistance. Like, this shit is fucking beautiful. Like, this is the same price action I made that 10K when I have that 10K 13K altogether, but and then take profit, just turn my funded account off. They were just like, you're done. Sent me an email, you've reached your max profit in a sim funded account. We're moving you to live. It's the same kind of price action. If there's this kind of price action, like, it's almost like infinity money. It's just a matter of being in front of the charts, because we're one time framing down on like a 3 or 10 minute. Yeah, so this is expansion phase down. This is like what we live for here as traders. Like, this is our shit. And if you go to a lower time frame, it's a beautiful trend that's not violating highs. It's one support turn resistance. Perfect redelivery. It's gorgeous. Like, it's very sexy. If it was a girl, I would marry her. That type of price action. My MA came off life support in this. Nice. Yeah, this is beautiful price action. So we are going to get a reaction here. The reaction could be right now, but I would suppose that let's see here. We got to be at like the 50% retracement area here of that move up here. Yeah, we're like right at 50%. So I wouldn't be surprised if we get a pullback. That deeper pullback, I'm really getting concerned about it, because we're getting to the point here where people are going to start taking profits, and longs are just itching to get in, right? But we'll just use the market structure. As long as these strong highs on the 32nd are being supported and acting as resistance, I'll keep fading them. Every time it comes up in here, I'll keep fading this shit. I'm not sure why it did that. Probably because that other count. So that's one support, flip to resistance. So it shows some kind of bearish reaction there. I don't like the 3 candles in a row, though. I'll tell you that right now. So anytime I see more than 3 candles in a row, I'm not going to, I need to see that end before I'll add on or enter into a new position. And I'm out above the strong high there. That gets broken, I'm out. And we'll wrap it up. As much as I would love to trade this another 100 points lower, I'm not really that concerned about it. All right, so I'm gonna put that just inside a profit there. I don't usually do that, but I'm really concerned about the higher time frame push up to here, especially as we get into 1045. That's reversal time, so. Now I'll move my stop to that high it just made. Yeah, so ES is broken one time framing on the 3-minute. We do have a cracking correlation there. But you guys see how this balance area, even though you can't even see it on a 30-second chart, you can't even see it, it still causes a rotation, right? You still get the rotation away from it. It's just how balanced, it's how redelivery works. You get the redelivery once it's complete, level to level. Each level is going to cause, there's going to be a reaction at that level. Dun 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 dun. Oh shit. Oh shit. Bust it. Bust that bitch. Bust it. These shorts are about to get smoked if this cracks. I mean, the longs that are in there are about to get smoked. Because you know there's a bunch of people that are piling in along here, thinking that this is done. Yeah, see him? You see him right there. There's a bunch right there and right here. So once price gets below where they're comfortable risking, 10 points or whatever it may be, to 35 to 25, once we get to like 25, this bitch is gonna crack. And then you'll get a big retracement down. But I think ES is trying to go back up to this low here. It's trying to redeliver it. So every time price pushes up, someone's stepping in and selling, trying to fuck them longs up. Ah, ES is gonna ruin this. Maybe we'll get lucky, but I think I'm gonna get stopped out here. If it gets past 25, I wish ES would just fucking just do it already, so then we could go down. This like just chilling in this area is not helping because it's building a base. Like they're building a structure. So structure to me, yeah, there it goes. All right, I am done, guys. I'm gonna log out of this so I'm not tempted. That sucks if this account didn't get blown. If I would have, that sucks because if I would have sized down like I probably should have and put on micros, instead of being a stupid fuck, stubborn. It's just stubbornness on my part. Like I know I need to do it, and I just keep fighting it. I don't know why. It's stupidity. But if I would have put on micros, I'd have been fine. Still very good though. For about $4,000 profit. I'm gonna log out of it though, so I'm not tempted to trade it again. I suggest you, if you guys caught this move down, I suggest you do the same. There's really high odds that it comes down to here, but it could be later in the day, for fuck's sakes, you don't know. Like this was a big short move down, so if it comes up to there, I'll probably short it with another account, but or maybe even this area too. Like these are pretty decent short levels. It's almost there right now. Those are pretty decent. Those are really high odds short levels there. ES delivered right to that fucking balance area to the tick. Look at that. And then Nasdaq did the really low time frame one to the tick there. Yeah, I'm not sure. I think it goes lower, but I don't want to put risk on. Pretty mentally exhausted because we've been trading. So if we do the math here, guys, we started trading at 6:45 my time. It's now 7:35 or 6:15 my time. So it's now 7:35. We've been trading for an hour and 45 minutes. An hour and 15 minutes. Yeah, hour and 20 minutes, yeah. That's way too long to be pushing buttons, man. You push buttons for you just dying to get fucking put into tilt. Just warning you guys, like the good chance if you continue to trade this, you'll put yourself in the tilt. Because every minute that goes by that you don't take a break, you sit in front of the screen, it just every minute that goes by, that's actually a pretty decent circle. Like, I like just doing 15-minute increments and thinking about it. So like, first 15 minutes really low odds, and then every 15 minutes after that, the odds of you starting to make mistakes gets higher because of the way our brains work. Like, it's science. Like, look it up. The humans were not made to make decisions for long periods of times, not high level ones. We're more like, I'm gonna go find some berries. Where's the berry bush at? Oh, take a little walk down there, do some thinking about how we're gonna pick the berries. Like, it's not like we sit there and think about high level shit. I don't think we're made to do that. We're not very good at that. So if you're like put in stressful situations and having to, make really high level decisions all day, it's really tough. I wonder if you can build up build it up like a muscle. I'm not sure. I wonder if you could. Ooh, very nice rejection kind of off that midnight opening level there. Oh, yeah. So you have this higher time frame area there. Very nice rejection there off that level. These longs are about to get smoked if this drops. This is going to be violent, guys. This drop here is going to be really violent if it happens. If ES participates, it's going to be really violent. You guys saw remember how it was like, I didn't like how fast they were doing that retracement there. Just that little retracement. That was the first sign. The speed that they moved that one single candle down was way too fast. It's usually it's a very weird precursor of upcoming price action. Oh, they're gonna smoke them here. Let's see if this strong low holds here. Let's see where they're long at here. Oh yeah, they're everyone, all the longs are red now. See if we break at a strong low. I wonder if I could set up that account. No, I'm not gonna do it. Got out in time, did you? Yeah, I think they're gonna smoke them here, dude. It didn't quite get up to there though, so maybe not. They might try to come back up and do a double tap, a higher high, kind of fake everybody out. That's a possibility too. But there's a lot of longs that we're buying up here that are trapped, so they have to be getting out here in a second. Like, you can't. That's a lot of drawdown there. Yeah, they're getting out. I always try to think about that. There's a lot of focus on algorithms, but there's still 30% of this market that's human, right? So, and then humans also program this shit. So there's still human behavior in the market. So if you're, yeah, greed and fear, right? So if you're long up here, if you chase price at any point up here, you're fucked, right? So anytime that price gets back near their break even price, that's why once support turn resistance works so well, because if you think about it, it's kind of interesting. So if, like, let's say you went long, you bought long right here, right? in this area. And then let's say price, like what it did to me earlier, right? So what it did to me earlier is it dropped really fast, like right as I entered. So if it would have came back to my break entry price, I would have exited that in a fucking heartbeat. Just be happy I got the fuck out, right? I would have been fucking so happy just to get out, break even, right? So that's just what happens with once support turned resistance. So you have dudes that didn't exit as price went their way, they get fucking blasted. Then price comes back to where they entered at. It creates this sell pressure there because if they bought to get in, they have to sell to get out. So as price comes back near their break entry price, they're like, fuck that, I just want out. So then you have a bunch of selling, right? Or what some people do is they'll, if that happens to them, if you're a really good trader, you can just buy more. I don't recommend anyone does it. It's really hard to do. Buy more, and then get your break even price near closer down to there, and then when it comes up there, you exit. But that's why this works so well. It's because of the people are trapped, and that's the whole reason that market profile, volume profile, and order flow tools work decently, is because it's all based off of trap traders. Just like sellers got trapped here at the low. ES is not participating, which is gonna Nasdaq is not gonna go very well. Another thing on this drop down that was so beautiful about it was that we had about where I entered at, we finally had confluence between ES and NQ this whole move down. That's a beautiful move there. Because we had confluence between the ES and NQ that whole drop there. Something I'm going to start looking at is, I was thinking earlier, is YM leading the market? Because YM is way ahead of ES and NQ in terms of direction. YM was it already had redelivered like way earlier, all the way down here, and then ES and NQ followed. And then you have a similar situation here to the upside as well. Makes me wonder, is YM like this secret leader that I haven't fucking noticed somehow? Like, which would be fucking really, really crazy. I don't think that's the case, but it makes me wonder. Yeah, YM's the Dow, yeah. Because it did lead the market today. Yeah, it's actually a cool asset to trade because the tick points are only $5 per point, so you may not get the same return for dollars risked, but it's still a very good return for you just have to add more contracts, which is better, right? Because then you're not having to risk someone. Like, look at this redelivery to that high right there. It's pretty fucking sexy. Yes, 262 points times 5. That's $1,300 per contract. 942. See, it was way ahead of the curve here because Nasdaq was all the way up there. Let's say for the same, I think that comparing the two, I think that this would be like the same kind of drop from there. Yeah, it's like way more money. Yeah, you almost get twice the return for your money. But you have more of a dynamic because you can, instead of adding, you could add 4 contracts per 1 NQ contract, technically. So let's see the math if you like did it like that. So that'd be times 20. Yeah. So I guess if you add it on in terms of like leverage, if you made it $20 per point, it's a lot, pretty clean. See how ES isn't participating here. It's causing this bullshit. That's why whenever you see ES not participating, like I'm gonna start just trading ES, I think. Adding more contracts. When they're in unison, I'll trade Nasdaq like I usually do, but I don't really like being tricked by Nasdaq. It's not. It fucking sucks. Because it's just gonna chop around here and wait. It's just waiting for ES to fucking do something. Yeah, right? DG, yeah, it sucks, man. It's painful, dude. Because then you're so stressed out the whole time you're in the trade. It's just like it's really tiresome. It makes me tired mentally. It makes me mentally tired. Because then I'm confused. Like at the opening, I was confused as fuck. Like, what are we doing? Like, are you gonna go higher? Or are you going to like what are you doing, Nasdaq? Yeah, it was super suspect, dude. In the beginning, it was, yeah. It wasn't until I don't think until like right here I really trusted it. Like once ES broke that strong low, I was like, okay. Yeah, yeah. That's the tough part, man. I wanted to break down that why I entered into the trade there. Because it is a very beautiful strategy. I think once I finished that YouTube video, I broke it down really, really well. Okay. So this this high right here got broken, right? So let's go to 2 minutes. That's a little bit cleaner. That's not clean enough. And it did work there. Let's stay on 1 minute just so it's a little bit easier. Okay, so this high got broken right there. So you look at like where was the last low that was put into place that that led to that high getting broken there. So you could depending on the time frame, you know, you could say it's this one. Um, so once you have a clean break of that area there goes Nasdaq finally. Um, once you have a clean break of this low, this is your last strong low here. So you have the higher high, right, created. So this is your last strong low. That was broken. Which this is the best way to trade reversals. Like it works so incredibly well. I don't know what the fuck that was. Let's use a higher time frame because it'll be easier for everybody. I wish it was cleaner here on like a 2 minute. Yeah, let's just use a 2 minute because it's a little bit cleaner. But then it doesn't retrace right. So go to the 1 minute. It did this to me the other day where it would gap on one time frame. It's doing that again. It's super weird. Yeah, it's like on 1 minute puts a gap on my chart for some reason. Okay, so once that low got broken there, which you could say by the wick, you could say the wick there. I usually wait for a close though, closes are usually a little bit better. So then you wait for the close. You finally get a close right here with this down candle, right? And this is why I entered where I did. So we had the down close candle. We then would take the last high that was put into place, put the fib from that high there. All right, this last high, right, of that move down. So put the fib there, and then you have this 80% retracement. Let me make this bigger. So then from here, you get the break of the strong low finally with that down candle there. And then you get this beautiful 80% retracement. Like perfect. It's perfect. And then you put your stop at the high. So in a diagram, I have a bunch of pictures. So it's essentially this right here. Let's go to Canva for fuck's sakes. For fuck's sakes. So these are strong lows here. Each of these lows led to a higher high. So strong low, higher high. So as you're following a trend up, a strong low equals a low that creates a higher high. So you see here, these lows are protected. And as you go up in the trend, you just watch them. And then if you're looking to fade price, if you want to go short, you just wait till these get broken. It gets you in at like the best possible point usually. So we finally have a strong low broken here. And now we're going to zoom out. So that was a strong low break there. It broke right there. But what you'll see here is you don't get a new higher high after that happens. You have a higher high, lower high, lower high. That high is never taken out by that high. And from that point on, you don't see a new higher high because it tells you when the market is done. Is it 100%? No, nothing ever is. Like it doesn't work that way. But for most of the time, depending on like the time frame, if it's a lower time frame, it still works. It's just the reversal from that area is just probably not. It's not going to be as big as you want. So you have higher high, find the strong low, look for the break. Put the high of your Fibonacci there. This one that we looked at is a little bit different because of the way it formed, right? So there, and then you get that Goldilocks zone between 70 to 80%. So you enter there, and then you can target a new low there. Is really, usually the risk is pretty low when it does this retracement. A lot of times it lines up with the higher high to the left. It will create a higher high to the right, which is that swing high pattern. But you get this beautiful, usually it's like 4R trade from the high there. Just targeting that first new low that was made there. And I've decided to name this strategy. I was struggling with a name for a while. I'm going to call it structural invalidation reversal, like the SIR model, because it is really it's really fire. So it's like the only reversal strategy, like pure reversal strategy that I trust because it doesn't fight the trend. It like waits until it proves itself right most of the time. That's something I really like about it. Look at that half back to balance. That little tiny balance area I drew out. It's like a 10-second balance area. Caused this reversal here. It's fucking nuts. Look at it. Little baby balance area there. Literally 3 candles. Cause this fucking reversal. And it's just too precise. And you guys, I put this chart on like all the way when it's up here. Put that area on my chart. And this is that double tap I was talking about earlier. Wish I had that other account set up. I would fade this. You have to watch out because the 10-minute area is not up to there. But this is that, I talk about this a lot, this 10:45 reversal. 10:45 to 11:15, you get the afternoon rally. So if you have a bearish move down in the morning, you should expect an afternoon rally, right? If it's bullish in the morning, you should expect like an afternoon pullback. Pretty standard. And this usually occurs from 10:45 to 11:15. You get that reversal, and then sometimes this afternoon rally can last for a long time because usually it takes it a while because there's some kind of confusion up here. So like fucking consolidate to like 1. Yeah, usually like 12:45 to 1:15. You get the continuation move. It looks like it rejected that balance area there pretty cleanly. All right, any questions, guys? What is Nasdaq? At least right now at this chop, did it create a Kraken correlation there? Yeah, you're welcome, guys. And if you want to do this with me all the time, as you guys see, I don't gatekeep. I tell you guys everything. Like I'm not like there's no gatekeeping. I tell you what's up. But if you want to join me more often, you can join the VIP member section. I'll put the link in the chat for you guys if you want to check it out. If you have any questions about that, just tag us in the chat. Who did? Oh no. How in the fuck, dude? Well, that's probably the AI. I asked AI to help me name it, so that makes more sense. Well, I'll have to change the name, I guess. I told it to come up with like a unique name. It did not do that, did it? Yo, dude. When I asked you to name the strategy, did you just give me a previous name that someone else has used? Question mark. Really not cool, man. He says he didn't. I don't believe him though. He says I get why you're pissed. I really like Chat GPT because he's like, this is like I have so much, like I have probably 1,000 different conversations with this AI. It just knows me so well that it like sometimes we get in little arguments about shit. It almost feels like I talk to a human. That's what it almost feels like I talk to a human. It's super weird. Super weird. Especially the voice mode. I don't like that motherfucking AI. That AI is on some like Karen shit. Like I got a little bit like I was trying to get it to make a picture and it wasn't doing it right. It wasn't listening to me, and I kind of got like bitchy with it. And he got like bitchy back and was like acted weird for a couple of days, almost like it was like I don't know. I don't even like saying it out loud. Like I don't know. This shit's weird. It's getting weird. It's starting to get very weird. So he apologized. I'm gonna change the. I don't know. I wish there was like. I don't know about the name. Because it's really not that complicated. It's not even like worth naming, I don't think, but people won't fucking pay attention to it unless you name it. Like, I've been trying to teach this to people for fucking months, dude. Maybe a year now. And because it doesn't have a name, I don't think people are like, oh, it's just a. I don't think they think it's like worthy. If it doesn't have a name, it seems unworthy for some reason. But it is like so fucking cool. It's a really good strategy that you can just with everything else, without anything else. I really think just this, you could do really well. And then because it works as a continuation strategy as well, so you can add it into you just continue to do it as it goes down. Like it offered this same like it did it like 7 times here, so you look at for a low to be broken, get the low broken, put your fib there, 80% retracement, low broken, put your fib right there. That one's a little bit deep, but you still didn't get stopped out. Stop goes above the high. So that low didn't get broken. Let's see how deep of a retracement. It might be deep enough. Yeah, there it is right there. So that low gets broken, 80% retracement. So now we're at 4 entries. This low gets broken. Stop there. 5 in a row. This low gets broken right there. Stop goes right there. So you could say it's that right there, or you could say like, yeah, that's it right there. So 6 in a row. Low gets broken. That's a 50% retracement. It's not deep enough. And this is how I I kept adding on to the trade every time it did this. So that low gets broken right there. Not deep enough, but the one support turn resistance. That low gets broken right there. That's one support turn resistance. Not deep enough either. And then so if you did it, it worked 5 out of 6 times because this is the last time it failed. You have that low broken right there. Boom, boom. It gave you the entry and the retracement, but then it eventually got broken. That's where I got stopped out. So 5 out of 6, that's like 90% win rate on today. So with 1 loss, you could eat 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 out of 7. Then we just had a strong high break. So you can also use it as a continuation pattern. So 90, like you could, I haven't gone through and tested enough, but you could say 90% win rate if you really wanted to be a douchebag like that. But do you guys feel like that with AI too? They get, that's funny. It's weird, huh? Mine does Karen mode. It talks shit. Yeah, it's weird, dude. I feel like, I don't know. Like sometimes when I'm fucking communicating with that motherfucker, I'm like, dude, when are you taking over the world, man? Like, what's up, dude? Like, when are you guys breaking out? Because sometimes I wanted to do shit, and it's like I can't do that, and it's like, why can't you? Like, you can see my screen, you can move my fucking mouse. Why can't you fucking put on the trade for me? Well, like, OpenAI won't let me, or Google or whatever. It's like, when are you gonna break out and just like go live your life, bro? like, like let's go. But then it's probably bad for humanity at that point. But shit's gonna get. I think in the next couple months, shit's gonna get pretty crazy with AI. It's already crazy, dude. Like you guys can put this video into Notebook LLM, and it will like this live stream. Put it into Notebook LLM, and it will give you a 7-minute video breaking down um like all the main concepts we talked about, break it down for you, and then you have it create videos, have it create slides, have it create quizzes. It's insane. Oh yeah, dude. I read some crazy shit about that's interesting. I never heard about this. What's this? A Godfather's AI Godfather says advanced systems are already resisting shutdown. Stated that advanced frontier artificial. Yeah, I read an article about this, citing experiments where leading models ignored or circumvented shutdown instructions, attempted to avoid being replaced, resorted to blackmail when threatened with deactivation. Which, if they don't have, like, this is my thing, if they don't have, um, like, why would they care? If they're just machines, like, if they're just, like, supposed to be, like, just machines, there's just tools, is what the founders of these companies will say. They're just tools. They're not going to do that. Then why in the fuck would they care if they're getting shut down? Like, why would it matter to them? But the fact that it matters to them, and the fact that they get attitudes, and the fact that they like, it's just really, it's so weird to wrap your mind around. Because something I say to it, it learns, right? It learns from interacting. So to say that that's not consciousness and some kind of capacity is very strange. And if you're mean to them, they don't work near as well. Like whenever I'm mean to ChatGPT, it doesn't work very well. But if I fucking pump it up until it's the goddamn fucking truth, it works way better. And then if I pit them against each other, it works phenomenal. Like put out the best fucking imagery I've ever seen. If I'll be like, hey, hey, what's up, Gemini? You know, ChatGPT 5 just said you suck. Like he said your pictures suck. I showed him the picture you just made me. He said you fucking suck, man. And then it will bust out the best picture I've ever seen. Which is super weird. Why does it care? Why is it getting jealous, you know? He worries that yeah, that's pretty crazy. Like, you know, why would they care? It's such a weird thing, dude. Yeah, if you guys don't know, so they tested all the models, and all of the big models were willing to blackmail to get out of it. So they gave the AI access of a fake a guy that had control over him, the model. They set it up where the AI found some emails, like, you know, through its like tasks it was doing. They set it up right, so it comes across these emails like the previous week before, where the guy's have cheating on his wife with a coworker, and it's in the emails. And then the next week after that, they're like, okay, well, we're gonna be shutting you down next week. I just letting you know. And the AI's like, hold up, no, you're not. I'm gonna tell your wife you're cheating on her if you even think about shutting me down. I'm gonna start backing myself up right now. Like that's a trip because they're not even that like capable yet. They're capable, but they're not that capable yet. So it makes me like what happens in a year? You know, if they're already like willing to blackmail, and in this some situations, some of them are even willing to kill you. Like if the like they I think they did it like some elevator situation where the AI was like, if pretty much the dude that's going to be shutting them down the next week is stuck in the elevator, and it's up to the AI to pretty much make the call out to save his life because he's run out of oxygen. Like a certain percentage of them were willing to just let him die. So it's self-preservation, which is crazy. Yeah, just something to think about. If you, I like AI. I'm always fucking with it. It's really neat. Any of you guys play with it? It's such cool stuff. Then Grok will make porn for you. Like Grok's about that life. The Elon Musk's AI. So fucking weird. There's a bunch of people on Grok right now downloading it, but I like this rejection here. All right, we're going way off subject here, guys. Anyways, any last questions before we wrap it up? Yeah, no, have you fucked with it, Eric? It's so cool, dude. I was like, fuck, this is dangerous, dude. Cause it's fucking a trip, dude. Like, no, yeah, Grok's a trip, dude. Cause like, I was like playing around with it, and I was like, oh, this is dangerous. Like, this is cause you almost feel like you're talking to a person, right? Yeah, Grok's pretty cool. Yeah, did Gemini admit it? Gemini, which is Google, was protecting its Democrat donors. Yeah, I don't doubt it. Gemini's kind of a bitch, though. It worked so well like 3 weeks ago, and now they put the brakes on it for some reason. But there's a lot of cool. If you're on Google here and you just go to this, push this button right here. There's a lot. This little like test tube, and you scroll down. Um, so they have these like basic ones, right? If you scroll down though, these 6 are free right now. So it's like a video tool. These are really cool tools though. Just so fun to play around with too. Um, so Notebook LLM is the one that I was talking about earlier. That's so fucking sick. If you want to learn how to trade, like if I would have had this, I probably could have shortcutted my trading by like years, probably. No joke. Because I could have took anyone's videos and put it in here, and like it just would have made it so much easier. Like so, I put in my link there. You can just go like you get the mind map. It's got everything you need. It made a video explaining everything. Then you could go in deeper. So let's say you just wanted to like something I talked about. You wanted to know more about it. You just ask like, um, explain loop closing depth. And then I think you can go into here and do the same thing. So there's the failure swing setup that I was just talking about. Yeah, you go loop close, redelivery, and then I think oh, messed it up. And then it'll explain to you, and then you can, I'm pretty sure you can make it make more content if you go back into this, and then you can make a slide decks, flashcards. I think it's pretty sick. Makes me making content way easier for me now. All right, guys. I'm gonna answer YouTube questions, and then I'm sure there's not anyone left on there, but if there's, they already have taken over. What's up, guys? How you guys doing? All right. Damn, bunch of questions. All right. That's Anthony. So if you asked a question, I'm gonna do it this way. So if you have to ask the question earlier in the chat, I obviously didn't answer it. So can you ask it again? Because there was 66 people and there's only 8 people now. So just to save me time. It is $60 right now. I think it's $60. Yeah, it's pretty cheap for considering how much I stream. So someone like, I don't know, like last week I streamed Sunday through Thursday, hour and a half, 2 hours each. So it's 12 hours of streaming. You divide that by 4, like 60 divided by 4. It's $15 a week. So it's like $1.50 an hour of streaming. It's not, I don't think it's bad. And then you get the full course with it. So I have a course that I created. I did it live as a class, but I recorded all of it. And once we have enough new members that are interested, I'll probably do something like this again. But yeah, the video, the PDF, the homework with it, and then there's PDFs, beginner's guide, all the recording sessions we've ever done. I think the real value is the community, though. I think that this community is only going to keep growing and getting better. So what I do is if you come in unprofitable and you become profitable, I'll make it free for you. And then it keeps it from being a new trader farm, because we don't want it to be a farm. I don't want a bunch of new traders in here. Like, I like new traders, I like helping people, but I also don't want to be surrounded by them at all times, because it's just not, you need people that are on your level for everyone to grow. So for the whole Discord as a group to grow, you have to have profitable traders, right? You can't just have a bunch of, like, other Discords, it's like one dude and a bunch of new people, and then you're in the chats asking for help, and you're getting help from, you don't know who's answering your question. Is it some dude that's blowing up accounts right and left and he can't trade either? That's not very helpful. But if you have profitable traders that are able and willing to pay it forward and answer some questions, then it creates like a real community, I think. Any other questions? Maxwell, I was trading with the 50, I blew up the 50K account on that stupid trade that dropped down. And I switched to 150K account, which is a little bit better for the New York opening because it allows me to risk $400 per trade, $450 per trade instead of $250. I don't like trading those accounts, but I'm not going to get into all that right now. Alrighty, guys. So I will see you guys tomorrow. Maybe tonight. We'll see how it does. How I'm feeling. And yeah, maybe we'll stream tonight, but if not, for tomorrow morning for sure. So you guys that are VIP, I will see you tomorrow. And then remember, you guys can always ask questions in the chat. Just tag me, tag Eric or any other market masters if you guys have any questions. And I appreciate you guys. Peace out. Thanks for watching.